Are you familiar with the term dark night of the soul? A lot of times in popular culture, we'll hear this term to describe a really dark time. We're going through something really intense and it just feels incredibly dark. And it can be a really helpful way to describe that feeling. And in this video, I want to share the deeper meaning of this term, dark night of the soul. My teacher, Sahaja, at the Hridaya school, he talks about the deeper meaning of the dark night of the soul. And so we can go back to where it came from, which was St. John of the Cross. In the mid-1500s, he was imprisoned by the church, and so they locked him in a closet, so small he could barely stand up. They barely fed him, they beat him, and for 9 months he lived in that little closet. And he said, that's where the term dark night of the soul came from during that time. That was his dark night of the soul. But the deeper meaning of that expression is that during that time, St. John of the Cross said that he had no other guide, no other light than the one in his own heart. And so my teacher, Sahaja, he says that a lot of times the deeper meaning of this expression gets lost because we only focus on the dark night of the soul part, on the part that hurts, the part that's dark, that feeling of disconnection. And that the real teaching there, if we really want to fully receive the medicine of that phrase, is that even in that darkness, there's always this connection to something deeper, this knowing, this inner light, this inner being that we are, that is that pure awareness, that loving, conscious presence that is witnessing whatever darkness is passing through. Another metaphor for this is if we are in a thunderstorm and there's just thunderclouds, darkness, lightning, rain, that's all we can see. And yet at the same time, the blue sky is just behind those clouds, that thunder. That blue sky is always there. So it can be very useful to just remember to connect with that part of our being that is that presence, that loving, compassionate awareness of whatever it is we're going through, and keeping our attention, focusing on that, inviting that connection to the deeper essence of who we are, and even a trust or a sense of faith in that deeper wisdom of our being, faith that our higher self has a purpose, that somehow when we come out the other side of this dark night of the soul, there will be this freshness and freedom at a whole other level, the expression of the truth of who we really are. I've been through many dark nights of the soul in my own life. And for me, the connection with the heart, meditation on the heart, evoking this feeling of trust and faith has been incredibly helpful. There's a practice from the Sufi tradition. I made a video to offer this practice, and I'll put the link below in the description of this video. But this practice, blowing upon the embers of the heart, it can be a very valuable way to create that sense of trust, faith, connection to that light St. John of the Cross spoke about. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for being here. Sending you much love.